an interaction between Shannon Sharpe and Charles Barkley, and they're talking about being called, like a sellout, an Uncle Tom, a coon, when they critique the black community, right? So let's get into it.
Always want to uplift black people.
Correct.
Always. I'm proud of your success. And I know people gonna hate on you. I know people gonna hate on me. And they're gonna be black. I said, but man, I love to see black people doing good.
I love to see us win.
I love it. But I was like, I'm old enough and I'm around enough to know there's gonna be some hate coming toward me. Especially if they disagree with something I say.
Right. But
Definitely. So, especially if you say something they don't agree with, right? There definitely is going to be hate coming your way. Especially within the black community, what I've come to find out, or recognize, I guess would be a better way to put it, is many black Americans have this allegiance to being black. Many times, even over right or wrong. So they're looking at whether the person's black or not before they're really analyzing if it's right or wrong. And if they're black, a lot of times they're defending them simply because they're black rather than looking at it from a right or wrong standpoint, right? So it's kind of crazy once you think about it. And I think as a whole, black Americans need to get past this unrelenting loyalty to being black. And I think once we get past that, it's really going to help us with our mindsets and the way we go about doing things and making decisions. So let's continue on.
I want you to win, but I don't want you to win more than me. Now, see, if you win more than me, now I got to question your sexuality.
Yeah.
I got to question, how black are you? Because, bro, I'm like, come on, man. I mean, I criticize white quarterbacks. But if I criticize a black quarterback, man, see, I should have known old Buck Nancy Shannon. I know he gonna take care of the white. Come on, bro.
Bingo. Like I said, it's okay to critique other races of people, but in a lot of cases, when you critique your own, I'm talking about black Americans, black people see you as an enemy, or you're kissing up for or sucking up for the white man, you're sucking and jiving, you're doing something to appease white people. Or that could actually just be your opinion. Just because you critique someone that's black doesn't mean you don't like black people or hate your mom or that you're shucking or jiving, right? No. If you're a real person, you're going to critique that whether they're white or black. Doesn't really matter their skin color.
Oh man, number one, I've been watching for a long time, obviously. I never seen you try to get clickbait, ever.
No.
I said, man, I take this responsibility because I do know. But I'm not going to tell black people they right all the time.
No.
If you want that, I'm not your guy.
If you wrong,
You're wrong.
I got to tell you you're wrong.
If you're wrong, I got to tell you you're wrong, right? So, agreed. Like I said, they're talking about this, and I think it's good because I think there is too much of that unrelenting loyalty to being black. So I think it's good that they're talking about this and saying it is okay to be black and critique your own people. It doesn't make you a sellout, doesn't make you a sambo, doesn't make you an Uncle Tom, doesn't make you a coon, doesn't make you any of that. But let's continue.
I said, man, no. We can be wrong, but also on the other hand, when I see something happen to a black player of the community, I'm gonna step in.
Right.
I had it was interesting. There's a couple things happened recently that I talked to my mentors and friends about. One was O.J. Simpson, and one was Michael Porter Jr. And I said, I'm not sure how to handle this O.J. thing. He said, what do you think? I said, man, I don't have any respect for men who hit women. And I think he killed them two people. I says, what do you think he killed those people or not? I think he did. I said, but I have, and I've always said this, and I'm just saying this to you, I have no respect for men who hit women.
Okay.
And I don't want to bash the dude because he got a family and he died. He got kids. And I said, you know what? I'm not even gonna mention it. And I didn't. Because I said, I don't want to just bash the dude, because I can't say anything positive. Yeah, was he a great job? Yes. But when you go around beating women and like that, I got no respect for you.
Right.
And then the Michael Porter Jr. thing.
But the WNBA?
No, Michael Porter.
Oh, about his brother.
Yeah, both brothers.
Bro, yeah, one got a DUI and I think he killed somebody, right?
He did.
He killed somebody, and the other brother took the under.
Calling all marketing pros.
Well, that is unfortunate.
All in one platform built with you in mind. Our comprehensive suite of features is
And I feel his pain. I feel his parents' pain.
Yeah.
I feel that as a jock. Because and this is the one thing, I look at sports, it's the greatest fraternity ever.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everybody in the NFL, anybody Major League Baseball, and the NHL hockey, I think they're part of my family.
Mm-hmm.
I like they know my experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was saying, man, I really want to wish Michael Porter Jr., let him know that I'm thinking about him. I wish his family the best. And my friend says, man, that lady did die. And I was like, yeah, you got a point there. Like, because if I said, hey, man, I wish you the best. I'm thinking about you. Because I know that it's got to be painful for his family with his brother and his other brother going to jail.
Yeah.
It's like,
Not as painful for that family that lost their loved one.
yes. And I
Because
said,
he can go to jail and hug him.
Yeah.
He can go to his brother's home and hug him.
Yeah.
They can't go to the graveyard
and
for her.
I said, Chuck, shut up on both accounts.
Yeah.
So I always think about, because, it always makes me laugh. Because my friend's like, yo, man, you got these people eating out your hair. And I said, what you talking about? He says, you know the reaction before you say it. I said, of course I do. I know when I'm going to start a fire.
Yeah.
I know it. But I had planned on the start, because most of the time, that goes back to the role model commercial I made.
Right. Yes. Yes.
So when I made the commercial, I went to Nike and said, I want to make this commercial. I said, they're like, you out of your mind. I said, no. I said, what I'm noticing is we have too many segregated schools in this country. I said, when I go to these white schools, I said, what do y'all want to do when you grow up? They like, want to be doctors, lawyers, engineers, teachers. When I go to these black schools, they're like, I want to play in the NFL, I want to play in the NBA. And I was doing this because you do a lot of speaking when you're playing. So I was doing this for like 4 or 5 years. And I was like, hey, man, these black kids think they can only be successful through athletics and entertainment.
Yep.
They don't never think about being doctors, lawyers, and engineers and like that.
Right.
He's not wrong. One thing I've noticed in our own community, and I've even had people say stuff to me, you talk white. Why do you sound white? I'm like, well, what does talking white mean? But aside from that, I've also seen a lot, there's a focus on sports, basketball, football, and then entertainment, right? So basketball player, football player, rapper. Those are a lot of what is focused on within our community. And I think the more we tend to, like I said, there's only going to be so many people that are successful in doing it, and it's going to be a very tiny amount. So when everyone's going for the same thing and it's such a small amount of people that can get it, what happens to the ones who don't? Right, so I think there needs to be a larger focus on education. Because, right, being an athlete is cool. Being a rapper, that's cool. That's what we find is cool. A lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us. That needs to be changed. Doctors, dentists, attorneys, accountants, plumbers, electricians, right, nurses. All these things. These are the things that we need to be aspiring to do aspiring to build wealth, learn good skills. A lot of people don't understand the concept of skill. So if you have a good skill in today's society, you won't go broke. And I think that's something we need to focus on. So there needs to be less focus on being an athlete, less focus on being an entertainer, more focus on developing quality skills that can pay you well and take care of you and your family. But overall, we need to focus more on skills, we need to focus more on education, and we need to focus less on sports and entertainment.
So I talked Nike into doing the commercial, and it became a big deal.
You did.
Still probably the thing I'm most proud of to this day. I said, because I knew it was going to start a fire.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, guys, I'm not trying to skirt responsibility, but I want young black kids to know, like, yo, man, you don't have to play in the NFL or NBA. We got black doctors.
Right.
We got black lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We got black engineers.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all got these kids thinking like, all they see is Shannon, Michael, Carl, Chuck, David Robinson. The only black people they see are jocks and entertainment, Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, they got a better chance of being a doctor than a lawyer playing it.
Jay-Z
Yes.
or LeBron.
Yes. And I said, I just want to spark the debate. And in fairness to Nike came back to me later and said, man, we want to thank you for making that commercial. I said, because 90% of the letters we got were pro. I said, well, first of all, I'm not worried about no negative publicity. I play in Philly. I said, I thought my name was Charles Barkley, your mother. For like the first 2 years of my, I said, guys, I'm in Philly. I'm used to criticism, but I always have used my platform for a bigger debate.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a difference. You know, one of the things I'm proud of you, and I don't talk about this a lot, I'm not trying to get praise because I keep it very quiet. So for the last 15 years, I've been giving $1 million a year away to charity.
Okay.
And I don't even tell anybody. I'm sharing this because I'm gonna tell you why I'm proud of you. So I started out in my high school, my college, Wounded Warriors, ALS, Parkinson's. But the last 8 years, the point I'm getting to, I did HBCUs.
Okay.
It means a great deal to me to be able to do that.
Right.
And you being a product. When I watch you and Stephen A, when y'all go back to y'all HBCUs, I just think it's really important what y'all do for the HBCUs, and it really makes me feel good when I write that check, because you know we got a couple of them here in Atlanta. I think 3 of them are here in Atlanta: Clark, Morehouse, and Spelman.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I just want to use my platform to keep doing good stuff. But you know, just being a product of an HBCU, how far you came, I'm really proud of your success.
Appreciate it. And I think the thing is, what that does is that you think about 3 of the most prominent morning voices, myself and Stephen A. Michael Strahan,
Yes.
with the HBCU.
Yeah.
He's a Texas Southern.
Yeah.
I'm Savannah State. Stephen A.'s Winston-Salem.
Yeah.
So it goes to show you, you don't have to go to Syracuse.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to Michigan or one of these
Yeah.
PWIs.
No, you don't even have to go to college at all. That's the crazy thing about the internet, right? So there are so many different ways to make money in the current economy, in the current, landscape, right? There's so many different ways to make money, to have success, to find success. And that's why earlier again I mentioned having skills. So if you learn the skills of talking and learn editing, you could start a YouTube channel, make $100,000 a month. Legit, you could, right? So I think it's good that we're talking about people developing skills outside of sports and entertainment per se, even though YouTube can be considered entertainment, but you could do a lot with it, right? And I think it's good that you don't have to go down one path to see success. So anyway, I found this conversation fairly interesting between the two, but I'm gonna wrap it up for today. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I'll see you on the next one.